Me and my team tried to make a game in 48 hours, and it went terribly wrong.
What do you mean I have 600 errors? I didn't even change anything.
As many of you know, every year GMTK hosts a 48-hour game jam for developers to compete in an excruciatingly stressful competition. The concept is simple: create the best game under the prompt in 48 hours. What could go wrong? First things first, I have to assemble the Ghosty Gamers.
Hey guys, so there's this game jam.
Dude, we've been over this last year. I would literally rather
All right, good.
die.
See you then.
And with all of my friends willingly helping me out, we start our adventure. The first step in any game jam is to come up with an idea. This year, the prompt was roles reversed, and with a 6-person team, coming up with an idea should be a piece of cake.
I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know what a video game is.
Okay, clearly ideas are not this team's strong suit, but what if instead of trying to make something super clever, we just try and make something obvious that is really polished? Now that could work. So the idea, create an auto-scroller, but instead of controlling the player, you control the environment. By moving the platforms, we can in turn launch the player over obstacles and create a path for the player to travel. So we got to work. The first thing for me to do was create the general gameplay in the code. The only problem? My coding style is a little messy. But luckily for me, there are plenty of tutorials on how to code an infinite runner game just like this.
You know, man, last year's game jam was crazy hectic. I don't even want to do this.
No, don't worry. This year it's going to be even better. You know why? Because I got so good at coding, I don't even need tutorials anymore.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, my ego. So with tutorials off the table, I started slamming my hands into the keyboard until something resembling a game popped out. Okay, to you it may just look like squares, but to me this was the most important step. Basically, we are spawning a random chunk out of a given list. This chunk then has a velocity applied to it equal. All I have left to do is assign a list of prefabs that have the level design within. Meanwhile, Olivia and Shauna are working on designing as many chunks as possible. And Justin and Lark are working on getting character and environment assets to start putting this all together. The style we decided on was steampunk.
Why is it green?
You are colorblind.
And with that, our little green copper buddy was ready. Okay, so that's a problem. In this case, I want both the player and the environment to have physics so that the player can properly be launched from weighted platforms. What this means is that the player has friction, and it's getting pulled along with the level. So instead, I opted to forever trap the cute little robot between 2 blocks so that he can't move. And then all I had to do was make sure these blocks were transparent so that the player couldn't see them. So we got the main gameplay done, and now it's just up to implementing the rest of the mechanics and polishing up the game, which should be easy.
What's Unity?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Half of my team has never actually created a video game before, so that's great. Anyways, after a quick rundown of how to use Unity's tools, Shauna was able to help Livy import all of their ideas from paper into the game. At this point, Justin was able to create the pixel art assets for each mechanic based on the concept design done by Lark. We've got Petro, which is a little joke about petrol gas, and he acts like a thwomp when you get too close to him. And we've got Soba the snake. Why is his name Soba? Well, because Lark wanted it to be goddamn. Oh, and I can't forget about Matthew. Throughout this endeavor, me and Matthew created a theme that would fit the steampunk feel. Big booming sounds, suspension noises, even ratchet sounds were implemented into the song to make the game feel connected to the music. If you pay attention, you can actually see the steam pop out of the pipes in beat with the song. The last bits of polish that were necessary were the menus and how the game loaded. This was the first year I tried polishing everything to the max, so it was important to me that the menus looked good, and I think it came out alright. And with that, the game was done. Everything came out pretty perfectly. And all that was left was to get it submitted. And with 2 hours left, we were feeling pretty good about ourselves. But then, it happened. Unity's exporting system. Okay, so this year we had to get a version that was playable in browser. Every game that you have to download inherently has less people interested because it's more work. If we were going to rank higher this year, we needed to get a version playable right on itch. And so, we exported. We uploaded it to itch, but oh no, there's an error. We exported, and we uploaded, and we exported, and we uploaded, and with 20 minutes left on the clock, the ghosties looked at me, and I knew we had to upload a downloadable version. But wait, I just found the solution on this random thread. Apparently, Unity's default export settings for web browsers just suck, and all I had to do was change one little setting. And now, we export. 18 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes left, and finally, Unity exported our project, and all we had left to do was upload it to itch. After 5 more minutes of waiting, it submitted. We did it. We got the game up in time. And now to celebrate, let's go look at the countdown clock. Oh, son of a bitch!